The night the car was found, the rain had already washed away most of the answers. A black sedan sat crooked at the edge of a ravine outside Bryan County. Headlights still on, engine cold, driver's door open like someone had stepped out and never looked back. No blood, no body, no witnesses willing to talk. And from the very first hour, the sheriff told the press exactly what he wanted them to believe. "This looks like a simple case," Sheriff Malcolm Reed said. "Calm, confident, untouchable. Probably a drunk driver who panicked and ran. But there was one problem. The driver was Jonah Haley, and Jonah Haley didn't drink. Jonah was the kind of man powerful. People never notice until it's convenient to erase them. 32 years old, quiet, a night shift delivery driver who knew every back road in Bryan County better than the deputies who patrolled them. He lived paycheck to paycheck, took care of his sick mother, and stayed invisible. Except one night, he saw something he wasn't supposed to see. 2 weeks before the car was found, Jonah had been called in for questioning, not as a suspect, as a nuisance. He'd reported a late-night delivery stop near the old quarry where he saw Sheriff Reed's son, Caleb, arguing with a man who later turned up, hospitalized with broken ribs and a missing wallet. Jonah gave a statement, honest, calm, specific. And from that moment on, the pressure started. His boss got a call. His route was changed. And Jonah noticed a patrol car parked outside his apartment 3 nights in a row. When he told his mother, he felt like he was being watched. She told him to keep his head down. "People like us don't win fights with people like them," she said. She was right. But Jonah didn't know how to lie. The night Jonah disappeared, he was driving home after a double shift. Phone records show he called his mother at 3:47 p.m. His voice was strained. He said one sentence that still echoes in the case files. "Mom, if anything happens to me, it wasn't an accident." That was the last confirmed contact. By morning, the sheriff's office had already decided the story. Jonah abandoned the car. Jonah ran. Jonah had something to hide. Evidence that didn't fit was quietly ignored. Tire tracks near the ravine didn't match Jonah's car. The passenger seat had been adjusted, even though Jonah never let anyone else drive. A faint smell of cologne lingered inside the vehicle, something Jonah never wore. But the official report was filed within 24 hours. Case closed. Except it wasn't closed for everyone. Mara Klein didn't know Jonah personally, but she knew injustice when she saw it. A junior investigative reporter, underestimated in a newsroom that gave real crimes to senior staff. She was assigned Jonah's disappearance as a filler piece. Small town, no body, no drama. That's what they thought. Mara started where the sheriff hoped no one would. Jonah's phone records. One call stood out. A 7-minute call made at 11:51 p.m., minutes after Jonah spoke to his mother. The number was unlisted, not saved, but it pinged a tower near the quarry, the same quarry Jonah had reported weeks earlier. When Mara requested surveillance logs from the sheriff's office, she was told they'd been accidentally overwritten. When she asked about Sheriff Reed's son, she was warned gently to focus on facts, not rumors. That warning only sharpened her focus. The deeper she dug, the clearer the pattern became. Witnesses intimidated, reports altered, a narrative shaped before evidence could interfere. Then came the power shift. A former deputy named Eli Brooks reached out anonymously, fired 6 months earlier for insubordination. What he really did was refuse to sign off on a falsified arrest report involving Caleb Reed. Eli had kept copies. One file included GPS data from a patrol vehicle logged the night Jonah disappeared. Sheriff Reed's personal unit. The route led straight to the quarry, and it stayed there for 18 minutes. 18 minutes unaccounted for. Mara released the findings online after her editor refused to publish. Within hours, the story went viral. National outlets picked it up. State investigators announced an inquiry. And for the first time, Sheriff Reed didn't control the room. Press conferences turned tense, questions sharpened, and the sheriff's confidence cracked just enough for people to notice. 3 days later, divers searched the quarry. They didn't find Jonah, but they found something else: a burned phone. Jonah's phone, crushed, scorched, deliberately destroyed. The official line was still no evidence of foul play, but behind closed doors, the investigation shifted. Subpoenas were issued. Caleb Reed stopped appearing in public, and Sheriff Reed hired an Erlin Linus, attorney known for defending men who thought they were untouchable. Then, on a quiet Tuesday morning, Jonah's mother received a package with no return address. Inside was a USB drive and a handwritten note. "I'm sorry it took this long. He didn't deserve this." The video on the drive was shaky, filmed from inside a parked car. It showed Jonah at the quarry, surrounded by two figures. One of them was unmistakable: Sheriff Malcolm Reed. The audio was clear enough to hear. Jonah's voice, calm, trembling. "You can't do this," he said. "People will find out." The video cut off before anything else could be seen. That afternoon, Sheriff Reed resigned. The county released a statement, calling it a personal decision. An arrest warrant was rumored but not confirmed, and the public waited for justice that still felt just out of reach. Jonah Halley is still missing, but the story the sheriff tried to bury is now impossible to erase. The underdog he underestimated became the crack that split his power wide open, and the lesson is as old as it is uncomfortable. You can silence a person, you can rewrite a report, but the truth has a way of surviving, waiting for the moment when it's loud enough to be heard. As of this recording, the investigation is ongoing. No charges have been filed, and somewhere, someone still knows where Jonah is. Because they found the car, they found the lies, but they still haven't found the driver. The silence after Sheriff Reed's resignation wasn't peace, it was pressure. Bryan County felt like a room holding its breath. Patrol cars still rolled the same roads, but people watched them now. Doors closed slower. Conversations dropped to whispers when uniforms passed. Everyone sensed the truth was close enough to hurt. State investigators took over the case, but they inherited a crime scene scrubbed by time and intent. Files were missing, logs were incomplete, evidence had been misplaced, and still, the official stance remained careful, almost timid, as if the county itself was afraid of what would happen if the truth came out all at once. Mara Klein didn't slow down. If anything, the resistance hardened her resolve. She replayed the quarry video frame by frame, freezing on shadows, counting steps, tracing voices. She noticed something others missed: a third sound beneath the wind. A car door, not Jonah's sedan. Something heavier. Something official. She brought the footage to Eli Brooks. He watched it once, then again, jaw tightening. "That's not Reed alone," he'd said. "That's procedure." He explained how deputies were trained to box in a suspect. Off camera, how the angles worked, how the silence between commands mattered. Jonah wasn't supposed to leave that quarry, Eli said, alive or otherwise. Days later, a new witness came forward, a woman named Denise Parker, a night nurse who drove the quarry road every morning before sunrise. She said that on the day Jonah disappeared, she saw a patrol unit parked wrong nose toward the drop, lights off. She remembered because she'd slowed, uneasy, and seen a man standing at the edge, hands cuffed behind his back. When she reported it back then, she was told she must have imagined it. Now she was shaking as she told it again. The investigators finally moved. They subpoenaed radio traffic from the night Jonah vanished. Most of it was gone, but one fragment remained. Clipped transmission routed through the sheriff's private channel. "We've got him," a voice said. "Handle it." The time stamp matched the 18 unaccounted minutes. Public opinion shifted hard. The same people who once repeated the sheriff's story now demanded answers. Protests formed outside the county building. Candles burned at the ravine. Jonah's mother stood there every night, holding his photo. Her grief sharpened into something steadier, something stronger. Then came the arrest. Not of Sheriff Reed. Not yet. It was Caleb, charged with obstruction, evidence tampering, and assault in an unrelated case reopened by Eli's files. The booking photo hit the news like a thunderclap. The sheriff's sun-eyes hollow arrogance stripped away. He pleaded not guilty. He asked for his father. Sheriff Reed stayed silent. Behind closed doors, prosecutors leaned on Caleb. They showed him the video, the radio clip, Denise's testimony. They offered him a choice dressed up as mercy. And for the first time in his life, Caleb Reed wasn't protected by his last name. He talked. Not everything, not enough, but enough to break the dam. He admitted Jonah was taken in for questioning. He admitted his father was there. He claimed Jonah panicked, ran, fell. He claimed it was an accident. The problem was the details didn't line up. Accidents don't come with burned phones. Accidents don't require silence bought with fear. The quarry was searched again, this time with ground penetrating radar, dogs, a grid pattern. That left no room for excuses. They found disturbed earth near a service road long forgotten. They dug. What they found wasn't a body. It was a jacket. Jonah's jacket, torn, stained. Hope and horror collided in the same breath. If there was no body, there was still a chance. If there was a jacket, there was still a crime. Mara published one final piece before the gag order hit. She didn't speculate. She didn't accuse. She let the evidence speak. And it spoke loudly enough that the state attorney general stepped in. An arrest warrant was issued for Malcolm Reed. Abuse of power, kidnapping, conspiracy. He turned himself in without a statement. Without eye contact. The man who once controlled every narrative now walked past cameras in handcuffs. Smaller than anyone remembered. But justice still wasn't complete, because Jonah Hale was still missing. Then a call came in from 2 counties over. A man had been admitted to a free clinic under a different name. Malnourished, scarred, alive. He'd been found working, under the table, avoiding roads, avoiding questions. When they showed him Jonah's photo, the man nodded once and whispered, "I didn't think anyone was still looking." He said he escaped the quarry that night, injured, terrified, left for dead. He said someone helped him, a stranger who hated what power had done to that county. He said he stayed gone because he believed the lie that no one would believe him. They brought Jonah home quietly. No cameras, no spectacle. Just a mother holding her son like she'd been holding her breath for months. Charges escalated. Statements changed. Deals unraveled. Justice, when it finally arrived, didn't roar. It settled. And Broward County learned a lesson it would never forget. Power only survives in the dark. And even the quietest voices can shatter it if they're brave enough to be heard.